KICKASSETS. Ching.
Well, hello everybody. How you doing? I got some bittersweet news for you. It really saddens me to say this. I'm in actual shock, to be honest. And I don't want to say it, but I'll start off with some good news. I want to say thank you to all the people who bought our boot camp course over the last year and a half since we launched. We've made a lot of sales. It's done very well for itself, and it seems like a lot of people are happy about it and enjoyed the course. I've heard a lot of good feedback, and that makes me happy because it took me a lot of work to make that. I put in like 6 to 8 months. It was like 12-hour days putting that stuff together. You know, now that was my part alone, and then Shu put his part as well. So, yeah. And sadly, Shu is not going to sell the course anymore on his site. The good news is that you can still buy it on my site. So he has given me all the rights to the course, and I don't have the biggest reach like he does, but I know a lot of people watch my videos, and hopefully they can find it through them, and eventually I'll grow bigger and more people will find the course. So, oh, would you like to take my course? Welcome to Japan, folks, where everybody's friendly and talking on the street. What a beautiful view. So, you guys seem happy. Hey, sumimasen. Ja. Anyhow, it's freezing out here. It's just a few. What blizzard? It's just a few flakes. What movie is that from? Welcome to another video. I'm your host, Colin from Kick Assets, and I'm making this video. It's it's a tough video I'm gonna make, but I have to talk about my life and kick assets and stuff, because things happened, changes happened that I didn't expect. So to start off, I'll just tell you that the Japanese REI bootcamp is now officially 100% mine, and I'll be taking it over from this point on. Shu has decided to not want to sell it anymore, which is a sad moment for me, and actually I was honestly shocked, but it is what it is. And you know, I started this with Shu. Basically, how it all got started was I commented on one of Shu's videos, because he was actually the opposite of what he is now. He was promoting negative things about investing in Japanese real estate, which I was totally against, considering I had 10 properties at the time and I was making money off of them and doing pretty well for myself and proving that it can work. You know, so I didn't like the clickbait videos he was trying to put up stating the opposite. And of course, the guy offered to come over to make an interview with me, which I accepted. You know, I'm a pretty easygoing guy, and I was actually surprised that he did that, because you'd think he'd argue with me and say, no, that's not true, which most people would do, but he was totally for it. And he came over, gave me the interview, and after the hour or two interview, whatever it was, I'm sure many of you have seen that. It's a very popular video on his channel. Apparently he said it was #1. Last time I checked it had 160,000 views. Anyhow, he came over, did the interview, and at the end of it he's like, you changed my mind. So from that point on, I pretty much changed Shu's life. And of course, I didn't know it yet, but he also changed mine, which I'm very thankful for. You know, he had a different outlook on Japanese real estate and completely changed after that interview. And he said, hey, let's make a boot camp course to actually help people buy properties in Japan and give them some ideas, because he was very happy that I was very knowledgeable on the subject. And he said, you know, you should share your knowledge with the world because a lot of people want to know what you know. And me being super humble, I said no. I actually rejected him 2 or 3 times, if I'm being honest. Because, you know, it's just, when you put yourself out there, it's not all rainbows and unicorns. And you risk negativity, which I don't want to have in my life. And honestly, it's been wonderful. So there hasn't been much negativity, you know, because I give it my best. I give it my sincere effort, you know. I wanted to put my heart into it, and that was what I was worried about. And he basically wanted me to get a course done pretty quick, and I said it's impossible. I said it's going to take me at least 6 months. Oh, there's an escalator? That might be easier. Walking up this hill here, by the way. So I said, give me 6 months and I'll have something for you. And even though I had my friend Steve staying with me, etc., I busted my ass. And I worked on that course 10, 12, 14-hour days. Just go, go, go. Writing the scripts. You know, I had a 10,000 page script. Sorry, not 10,000 page. 10,000 word script. Many pages. You know, tons of modules. You know, I forgot what the total is. Maybe it's 10 hours of recorded audio. So after I did the script, rewrote it, read through it, rewrote it, checked it, finally came up with something, recorded all the audio, edited the audio. Of course, I made slides in it as well, and putting it all together. And 6 months later, I had a course. All in all, the course took me 8 months because it took me another 2 months to put together the last module. 2 modules that I added in. And I worked my ass off on this course. It was a lot of work. But after I was done, it felt really cool that I actually made something that people could use. And I was impressed myself. But if you put your mind to something, you can do well. Very well. And yeah, I was excited. And then he went to launch the course on October 1st of 2023. And boom. We had like, was it maybe almost 100 people buy it overnight. I woke up to 100 people purchasing the course, and that was like, whoa. And that's when I realized, oh, I got something here, and people actually want to learn what I have, my knowledge in my head, you know. And I was happy with that. It made me excited and made me want to do this more, you know. And that's where I am today on that. And you know, it took me by surprise, if I'm going to be honest. I'm confident in my ability, no doubt about it. You know, I get arrogant sometimes, cocky, but that's just to have fun with it. Lighthearted jokes. I'm not serious, you know, I just have a good time. But I was very confident in my ability. But when you start getting out there, people can judge you or, you know, bring negative energy to you. And I didn't want to bring that. So that's why I was hesitant at first. But I'm super glad I did, because if you work on something legitimately hard and give it your earnest effort, like Ishokemme in Japanese, work very hard at it and pull it off, you know, it can work. And you don't have to expect it to be perfect, but just make sure you work hard on it and it'll be really good. So that's what I did. And the results were great. You know, and then on top of that, while I was doing that, Shu asked me to start working with him on helping clients buy houses. And there's another thing I was hesitant on. I'm like, no, I didn't want to do that, because I'm a perfectionist. Not a perfectionist, but I want to do a really good job. So I don't want to disappoint anybody when I'm helping a client. But he convinced me. He's like, no, people need this. People want your skills and they want you to help you to do this. And I'm like, really? There's people out there that want this? And yeah, he was right. Like, totally right. So, you know, him working on his multimedia side, or mass media, whatever you want, clickbait videos, etc., getting all the people to come in, which I'm hesitant on. I'm not good at that stuff. I love making videos, but I don't like making clickbait stuff. It's not my thing. I can't make goofy faces in my thumbnails. You know, I don't like canned stuff anyways. But anyway, he convinced me to do that, and he actually had a couple of clients we had early on. You know who you are. You were good people, and I helped you guys buy houses. And it worked out so well. And I realized that, hey, I'm really good at this. I mean, I already knew I was good, but actually when you see it in action, you're like, wow. Because I did it for myself many times, 10 houses at that time, right? But to actually get the producing stuff, you know, actually results happening, I felt amazed about that. And the clients were very, very happy too. And seeing the smile on their faces when they were actually got their dream done, their piece of Japan, I was very, very excited and happy about that. And it made me open my eyes like, hey, people really need this. I was actually taken aback by that. And I didn't realize how many people needed it and how good I was at it. I have all the skills for this. So basically we did that. We started doing that, and I helped about, was it 5 or 6, maybe 7 people? And it was going well. And then unfortunately, Shu gave me the bad news that, hey, I think we should do this on our own. Which, if I'm going to be honest with you, it kind of broke my heart. And, you know, I'm not going to complain about Shu here. I don't know if he knows that, or I've told him, but, you know, everybody takes things differently. But for me, it actually broke my heart when he did that. And I was taken aback again. I was kind of shocked because, to be honest with you, I wasn't focusing on growing my channel as much. Like, I wasn't out there to get the numbers. I was there just to produce content. And I didn't have the funnel. He was getting all the customers come to him, so he had all the contacts. So you never know. I never knew what was to come, right? Because once you lose your funnel of getting the people, what am I supposed to do? So I told him, I was honest with him. I said, hey, that's a little unfair, but what can I say? And we also still had the course together, so there wasn't much I could do about that. So I just kind of let it go. You know, I was upset, you know. Luckily, I'm a programmer, and I was able to whip up a website right away. And I released the website like a week after he told me that. I had to pump something out. And I was, to my surprise, I actually got people applying to it. Because you never know, right? I didn't know how many people actually know me, but apparently some did. I mean, I did have people reaching out to me privately before that via email, but I always told Shu about them, or I passed them to him and told him to refer to him because he was the main dude with that stuff, you know. I let him be in charge of that because I wanted to focus on the people and making a great product, and I wanted him to focus on promoting everything and growing big, and which he did. Because when I first met him, he had 2,700 subscribers, and I had 700. And now he's got 150,000 or something like that, which is insane. And I got 4,500. Woo! But, you know, I'll grow slowly, which I'm okay with. I'm totally okay with that. You know, it's not about the views of the people or, you know, what is it, the bragging rights? You know what I mean? It's about the few people who are happy with what you produce for them. If you know what I mean? You know, it's not about the money so much. The money is more of an appreciation to show that they appreciate what you're bringing them, how you're changing their life. Because that's what I want to do. I want to change people's lives, you know, and make them smile. But if I didn't charge anything, it wouldn't work very well. So, oh wow, look at this, everybody. All right, I think I can't go through yet, so I will in a minute. Anyhow, yeah, so Shu gave me that news, and I was kind of surprised by it, sad at the same time. There was a lot of emotions coming to me at once, and I honestly didn't know what to do. So like I said, I had to make the website, and luckily I had people actually starting to apply for me. And Marcin, my Polish guy, was actually my first independent client, and he's the one that gave me all the motivation to keep going at this, and he loved what I had to do. And I realized that there were more people out there like him who wanted me. You know, everybody wants somebody different, and your personalities match people that are different, but I matched Marcin perfectly, and he was a great guy. You know, I'm still working with him now. Toti desu ka? Oh, gomenasai. Just going by. Alright. This is a beautiful staircase we're walking down here. So, yeah, basically I did that, and I started getting clients on my own, you know, a few here and there. I did a total of 20 so far. On my own, I only did about was it 14? I'm pretty sure I keep track, but not that like off the top of my head. And yeah, I did those people. I did 1 or 2 a month. You know, this happened last year in May, so Shu and I were only working together about, I'd say about, let's say October, you know, maybe 6 or 7 months, you know, first few people. And then I started working my own from April 2024, I think it is. So it's been a year, just over a year now. You know, average 1 person, 2 people a month. Some months I get 3, some months I get 1. It's just, it is what it is. You get busy, you know. This is cool. Look at this, boys. You like this? Great place to have a conversation, isn't it? So that was cool. So I just let it be, and I started growing slowly on myself while Shu was growing massively and helping many people, you know. But I didn't want to hire a team or hire anybody else. I wanted to help people one-on-one, directly me. You want me, you get me. Whatever I'm in my videos, you get the whole thing, the whole package. There's no team for me at the moment. I may get helpers to help me do specific things, but I will help you get your house all from step 1 to step 1,000. It'll be all me. I won't pass you on to anybody else. So I let it go with Shu there in the situation. I was sad, obviously, and you know, I still wanted to be friends with him, and you know, we still had the course together, and I wanted to collab us together and do different things. And honestly, another thing that was kind of disappointing to me is I had all the people buy the boot camp, bought our course, and I was happy about that. I appreciated that, and I wanted to make a video, and that's what I'm doing now. So I want to say thank you to all the people who bought the course over the 1.5 years it's been out. It's been almost 400 people, you know, and hopefully you're 400 happy customers and you enjoyed the course. If not, sorry. But yeah, I made it for you guys, and I never ever imagined that many people would buy my course. This is what I know of, because I didn't actually have the data. Shu just sent me the data a couple weeks ago, which brings me to the part where you know, it's the thank you and goodbye to Shu, where you know, he messaged me and we talked on the phone. He said, yep, you did most of the course, so I want to give it to you, and I have no interest in making it bigger, because I want to make it bigger and better for the next version, you know, but that's going to take time, obviously. And he said, I can take control of it. So I'm going to be required for all the promotion, etc. on it, which I'm not really good at, but I'll work on it. You know, step by step, as they say. And yeah, he said, I'll give you the course. So I said, okay, let's get together and make a video saying thank you to everybody and telling everybody what's going on. But unfortunately, he didn't want to. So it is what it is, and I understand his point, whatever. I can't force people to do what they don't want to do, which is disappointing to me. But like I said, it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about that. No hard feelings. I'm not gonna lie, I'm hurt, obviously. Caught me off guard. But, you know, breaking clean, free, it's cool. It means there's no more stress for me. There's no more double thinking. You know, it's hard because I'm gonna have to do everything on my own, which I'm okay with, because I'm freaking good. But, you know, I'm half joking, half serious. That's my sense of humor, folks. If you don't like it, hey, there's other people out there. With me, you get the real deal. Nothing is hidden. What you see is what you get in my videos. So basically, the last string that was holding us together was the course, and because of that is gone, is why we are in the situation we are in now, where I'm working on everything on my own. The course, my service is all kick assets now. So I hope you guys can support me and love what I do and buy the course. It's great. Buying the course supports my channel. No, I don't need the money, but it makes me feel good that people appreciate what I have, and that's what it means the most, because it makes me want to do more things. you know? And that's all I want, is to make people happy. Happy customers, you know? It's awesome. The best feeling ever when somebody's happy with what you produce for them. And yeah, it hurts, you know. I'm better now. It hurt me a lot a few weeks ago, you know, and I've talked to people about it. You know, everybody's got their own opinion and advice on it. I just gotta let it go. You know, it's a big world out there. I just want to make sure the real estate community and all the people helping people out here is a tight-knit community where we're all working together. There's no need to hog or think it's only about you. You know, I strive to be the best, and I am confident that I am one of the best, if not the best, because I've been doing this a long time. But that doesn't mean that you cannot use other people and cheer them on. It's better if we work together, because this is just getting started. Sad news is I'm getting older, and don't have to do this, but I'm doing it for you guys. Yeah, this isn't scripted or anything like that, so pardon the ums. At least there's no wows in this video. Wow, look at that building. So, I just want to say a massive thank you to Shu, because not only did I change his life, but he changed mine. Because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be doing this. You know, he gave me the courage to do this. Shu's very, what's the word? I don't want to say uzai, but kind of like, he's that promoter kind of guy where things I won't do, even though I'm confident in my ability, I can't make those goofy faces or clickbait titles on my videos to promote something. I just don't do that. So that he's good at that, and I'm getting better at it, but I don't want to ever become like that, but I'll do a little bit of it. So he was good at that, and that's why I wanted to work with him, because it'd be awesome, you know. And I'm good at being the bad cop, telling it how it is and keeping the truth and keeping it real, because this is not an easy thing, you know. So I just want to say a big massive thank you to him as well, even though we have our differences and he wants to do things on his own way and I'll do mine, but he deserves a thank you for putting me in this situation, and I hope he appreciates what I brought to the table for him, because he's doing pretty well for himself. And we're doing things differently, but it is what it is. I love that line. So thank you for watching, and if you have any questions about this or whatever, let me know. The course itself is being worked on. I'm making my own version of it, which I'll make another video on, giving the details. But to sum it up, I'm taking the old course material, putting it on my own server, and I'm making a text version as well. So on the page you'll have a video at the top and all the text that's happening inside the video, a sum up of it as well, kind of in there, just to make it a more visual appeasing thing, because the old course was just the videos alone. So it's just gonna be on my own website. And lastly, I got all the emails from Shu, but I'm not sure if I have all the login IDs and passwords. So Shu will send out an email to you letting you know what's going on, and then I can set you up with the password and login. These are for the users that are already bought in the course, because I don't want to not let them use the course anymore, because we're going to get rid of the old platform. So anybody who has bought in the course before can continue to use the course in the future, and any new ones I make. So I hope you appreciate the work I'm putting in, and if you have any questions, etc., just let me know in the comments. Have yourself a great day. See ya. Kick acids. Cha-ching. Just in case you wanted to see what I look like in the snow. I suppose I gotta talk this way. Maybe I should have, but I figured you'd want to watch some snow more than watching me walk down the street talking to myself like an idiot. Thank God I got hair. And a beard. Keep me warm. Oh. Hi. Hi. Peace. See you guys. Bye. Bye. Hi and bye. Welcome to Japan, folks. Welcome to Japan.